Hey everybody. I thought I'd make a video tonight and share a tip that came my way a few months back and have ran into a number of folks who don't know about it already. And I hope that you find this helpful. I'm still playing on the Finnegal Time Locked Progression server, and we're in the Seeds of Destruction expansion at this point. And by this time in the game, it's pretty common for most players, maybe everybody, to have a familiar. I've got one on my hotbar here, and I'm going to summon him. He's worth summoning and keeping around because if we take a look, I get a little buff here that grants me an extra 350 hit points and mana. So that's not a ton, but it's a little bit, and it's pretty much free to have. So I'd like to keep that around and keep that on me at all times. The familiar sticks around for 9 hours, as you can see, so it's not going away anytime soon. But if I die, then I need to resummon him. And most of the time when we're summoning these familiars, at least I find myself doing this because I'm raiding and I don't want the familiar opening a door or accidentally getting targeted by a player or causing some other random glitch in the game. I want to get rid of the familiar so he goes away, but keep the buff. So I try to, as a habit, summon my familiar anytime that I die, so I keep this guy around, but then I hang on to the buff and make him leave. It's not very tedious, and it's not hard to do. It is one little extra step every time you summon a familiar, but you can make sure that that happens automatically by going into your keyring under familiars and choosing auto leave. If you do this when you summon him, you'll get to keep the buff. We'll click it off, but the familiar himself never shows up. I'll go through that a little slower just in case somehow you missed it. I'm opening up my inventory, and I'm opening my key rings, and the third tab is familiars, and down here there's a toggle for auto leave, and I can check or uncheck that box to determine whether my familiar automatically gets dismissed when I summon him. And for me, the main benefit to this is just that I don't forget to accidentally do it in the middle of a raid or some other time where I'm not really thinking about dismissing my familiar. I can just make sure that he auto leaves on his own, and it's just one less thing that I have to worry about. Like I said, it's a pretty small tip, but I've run into several folks who didn't know how you could get rid of your familiar automatically, and that's the way to do it. Thanks for watching.